Hello everybody and welcome to this special edition of the Atomic Drop Show, the second edition of Cruise Control. My name is Kyle Cruz, giving you some of my thoughts on what's making news in the wrestling world. Of course, late last night, TNA debuted their poster, their pay-per-view poster for TNA Genesis, coming to you January 17th, 2010, live and only on pay-per-view. By the way, since we're throwing out plugs for TNA, might as well throw out plugs for ourselves. Starting on January 5th, that's right, January 5th, 2010, the Atomic Drop Show is going live. That's right, we are going live on Blog Talk Radio. We have a number all set up. We're going to give you more information on that in the coming weeks. But once again, keep this date handy. January 5th, 2010, the Atomic Drop Show is going live for the first time in a year and a half. The Atomic Drop Show finally going live on Blog Talk Radio. Stay tuned to this YouTube channel and our other social networking tools for more information on that one. But like I was saying, TNA Genesis features AJ Styles and Kurt Angle at the top of the poster saying the night of first. And I believe that this would be the first time on pay-per-view. I believe the first time on pay-per-view that AJ Styles and Kurt Angle have had their own match on pay-per-view. And of course they had that tremendous match. I believe it was the Impact before Bound for Glory, and they tore it up. AJ Styles and Kurt Angle can definitely deliver in the ring, and we're going to see probably the best in-ring matches we've seen in quite a while if those two step into the ring together. Now, nothing is known for sure. We don't know what direction they are going to go, but if those two are in the same poster together, highlighted, stressed, then I think that might be the direction that TNA is going to go, and I cannot wait to see that match on pay-per-view. And then, of course, at the bottom of the poster, you have Hulk Hogan making his return to pay-per-view, supposedly at that Genesis pay-per-view. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to hold off on Hulk Hogan's debut specifically for the Genesis pay-per-view, or if they're going to debut on an Impact for the pay-per-view. But it should be interesting to see what kind of impact, pun intended, that Hulk Hogan actually has on TNA Wrestling. So far, TNA really hasn't benefited at all from Hulk Hogan's signing that was announced just last month. Hulk Hogan has gone around and done numerous interviews, and he really hasn't done anything to help promote the product. Yeah, he's done a couple of interviews for TNA specifically that have aired on Impact, but nothing really to kind of get that exposure of TNA that is so really sorely needed for that company right now. Hulk Hogan is out there promoting his own name, his own brand name, promoting his book, promoting his Australian tour, which, by the way, I heard wasn't a tremendous success, by the way. But I mean, he's out there promoting his own brand. Hulk Hogan is a master self-promoter. He's good at getting himself over. He's good at getting his own friends over. He's very loyal to himself, loyal to his friends, and unfortunately TNA is suffering the consequences so far because of it. Now, I could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong, because I want TNA to succeed. I really do. I hope that TNA made the right decision by bringing in Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan brings his own brand. He brings attention of the wrestling world. You know, the biggest cry against TNA lacks exposure. Yes, they have a 2-hour time slot on Spike TV on Thursday nights, but TNA's biggest problem is that not enough people know that they exist. They need exposure. They need eyes on the product. They need eyes to get them on the product, and Hulk Hogan is the biggest name that they can possibly get to get their eyes on that program. Hulk Hogan is the icon. He is the biggest star in the history of the business. No question. And nobody really knows what kind of power he has. Hogan's been telling all these tales, some true, some lies. We don't really know what his role is going to be. But he's been going around saying that he has creative control. He's going to be running the show. He has a vested financial interest in the company. Nobody really knows what kind of deal TNA struck with Hogan, but Hogan doesn't seem on the surface ready to help take this company to the next level. Here's my thing. Hogan needs to be treated as a special attraction. He should wrestle only maybe 2 or 3 times a year. Never on Impact. Always save it for pay-per-view. I don't really think that they're going to have him wrestle on the Genesis pay-per-view. I really doubt it. But I think that, of course, the 2 events right now that just jump out at me would be Lockdown and Bound for Glory. Now, Bound for Glory is almost a year away, so you might want to have him in the ring before then because, hey, as we all know, Hogan's getting older. But at least Lockdown's in April. You can effectively build to that, effectively build up a feud between him and some of the younger TNA stars. In fact, I'm calling it right now. My pick for the man that Hulk Hogan needs to have his feud with, it'll be a collision between two giants, old versus new, and a guy that I don't think Hogan would really have a problem putting over because they are similar in size, similar in stature. Hulk Hogan needs to be the man to finally give that career-changing victory, that career-changing rub to Matt Morgan. Matt Morgan versus Hulk Hogan, I'm calling it right now. It's going to happen at Lockdown 2010. That's what I'm calling it. That's right. It's going to be right there. Lockdown 2010. Matt Morgan versus Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan and Matt Morgan are just about the same size. I don't think that Hogan would have a problem putting him over. And it should be a pretty good matchup. I think so. For Morgan, he needs that win. He needs that victory. He needs just to be in the same league as Hulk Hogan. I think that Hogan needs to put him over at Lockdown. We don't really know how often Hogan's going to wrestle. We don't know what kind of control he is going to have backstage. Already from what I've seen, though, Hogan hasn't done a damn thing positive for TNA Wrestling. In fact, ratings have gone down for Impact since Hogan is signed with the company. Do you think that even for a second, Dixie Carter and all of those at TNA management regret for 1 second this decision? Did TNA make a big mistake? Let us know. Email us, atomicdrop@myway.com. Leave video comments, leave text comments, send us messages, do whatever you want. Hit us up. My name is Kyle Cruz. For my co-host Justin Time, we'll see you in a couple days for a new edition of Cruise Control.